cements him as the GOAT, something we like to talk about around here. Shannon, do you believe that is LeBron's goal?
See, man, I believe he already to go. That's what I believe.
Well, you're out there on that island by yourself.
That's okay. That's okay. I've been here before. I don't need rescuing either. So don't you try to come get me. I'm good. You bring the boat, I'm going to send you back.
You have some company on the island. I'll talk about your company in just a moment.
Skip, the only problem that I have is that I've heard a lot of people say over the last couple of days that if LeBron wins, there's nothing he can do to elevate his status. But if he loses, we're going to ding him. I mean, well, how is that possible, Skip? I can't get an A, but you can fail me for the class. I'm confused. It always puzzled me that teachers like, well, you can't get an A in my class because a teacher once told me in college, said, if I give you an A, you'll think you know as much as I do. Well, hell, baby, I do. Baby, I should be teaching, Skip. Baby, you know what I'm saying? LeBron will be the GOAT. He's already the GOAT. This, I think, will leave no doubt in people's mind to be the driving. Ain't no carrying. Ain't no carrying here. 3 different teams and doing it in the West. Because if he had done it with a third team in the East, man, the East weak. The East, I mean, you see how the Heat made it out the East last year. But he did it in the West. Skip Bayless and many others have said he couldn't do what he's doing in the West. He's a unanimous first-team All-NBA selection in the West. He had the #1 seed when many said he was only going to win 40. At best case, the way I can see it, he's like 47. He win 47 games. He's a 4th seed. You know what you said, Skip? You had him as a 4th seed. Got me a couple of cases of do-off. You owe that one. So he's doing it in the West against the best competition. You said at the beginning of the year, if he were to win the title this year, this would be his toughest. Now he's about to win it, looks like, 3 wins away. Oh, this is the easiest, by far the easiest. No, no, no.
Yes,
Skip,
yes.
I'm simple. I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to put it in terms that I know a lot of people can understand. I'm going to treat this like Lindsey Graham said when it came to the impeachment hearing. My mind is made up. So there's no evidence that you can show me. There's nothing you can tell me that convinced me that he did what he did. So there's nothing you can say that can convince me that my guy isn't the GOAT. Okay?
I'm speaking to the millions of smart people who watch this show. That's all. I'm not speaking to you. You're irrelevant to this because you are hopeless, just as the Miami Heat are a hopeless underdog, which is why, obviously, if LeBron lost to the Heat, an impossibility, then that would ding his record. But he can't improve his record against the hopeless, hapless Miami Heat, who were 75-1 in the preseason to get to the NBA Finals. How can you improve whatever you are? I don't even know what you are. I got you in the second 5. You're not even top 5.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that. Can we sainthood him?
Okay. Here's my biggest takeaway. Joe Varden's a very good writer. He has covered LeBron in Cleveland for years and years, knows LeBron very well, probably as well, if not even better, than Brian Windhorst at ESPN.
Or David McMenamin, huh?
Well, now that's recent that McMenamin's covered him, obviously, for ESPN. But Joe Varden also knows LeBron's inner circle very well. So he knows Maverick Carter, and he knows Rich Paul, and I would be willing to bet a lot of money that quote came from either Maverick or Rich. If I had my best educated guess, it came from Maverick, because he's a deep thinker with big picture in his head, and that sounds like a sweeping Maverick quote. I don't agree with it, but I like the magnitude of the quote, because he's just saying, well, LeBron isn't as concerned about beating the Heat as he is about cementing his legacy as the GOAT.
But you remember on the undefeated, LeBron told you after he won that title back in Cleveland, he would go.
He said that.
He said he would go.
What was his line? That right there, that clinched it.
Yeah,
right?
cinched it. Cinched it. So he'd to go.
Okay, all right. Says you and says LeBron.
There are other people that says it also.
If you have to say you're the GOAT, you're not the GOAT.
Yeah, you can
it's
say
as simple as that.
If you say, Skip, it's not bragging if you can back it up. It's not bragging if it's factual.
Shannon, you watched The Last Dance, and it was the last dance for LeBron James.
I watched him his whole career. I was old enough to watch it.
We had a parade of voices from past and present all through The Last Dance airings who said, obviously, Jordan is better than LeBron. We had Magic Johnson say it, we had Larry Bird say it, and we had Dennis Rodman say it, and we had Charles Barkley, who ranks LeBron 7th on his all-time list.
Yeah.
And we had two of LeBron's former coaches in Cleveland, one an assistant, Mike Malone, and the other the head coach, David Blatt, both say that clearly Jordan is better.
Ask Mike Malone now.
Right. Well,
ask Mike Malone after game 5 on Friday night.
Well, it was Mike Malone, who was there for, what was it, 5 years as an assistant, who said that clearly Jordan had the killer mentality that LeBron does not have.
What happened in game 5?
Well, it just doesn't matter because we're talking about all-time greatness. We're talking about what Jordan would have done to today's league. He would have devoured it and spat it out.
This is what I know, Skip. My guy has gone to 3 different teams, and wherever he goes, titles follow.
Okay.
Your guy went to 2 different teams, and when he went to that second team, ain't no title follow. Ain't no playoffs follow.
He was 38 and 39 after taking 3 years off, thinking he was retired. That was a ceremonial last
We don't
trip.
do that, so?
Yep. Okay, so all you need to know about this discussion, this debate, well, I'll put quotes around that, is that LeBron has already lost as many finals as Michael won, 6. LeBron is about to be 4 and 6. I'll even declare it's over. He's 4 and 6 in the NBA Finals. Well, he just is.
No,
you know
he's
it,
not.
and I know
No.
it. Michael, do I need to say it one last time, one last dance here? 6-0 in the finals with 6 MVPs.
Why he only went to 6?
And Michael won 10 scoring titles, and one of those years was also the Defensive Player of the Year, and LeBron's won 1 scoring title.
That's all he wanted, Skip. Okay. You know LeBron, Skip. You know they asked LeBron to do more than just score the basketball. Now, we know he can score, hence averaging 25 in year 30, at 35 in year 17.
Okay? And I keep trying to drive this into that thick head of yours that there are 2 developments that have disqualified LeBron from even being in the discussion for GOAT.
That's not true.
And the first one is too many meltdowns. Jordan had 0 meltdowns. If you can go find a meltdown for me where he was just bad, he just shrank and disappeared.
No, Skip. We don't grade losses. Either you win or you lose. He lost.
All I know is that in 2010, the last go round, the first time in Cleveland, he lost games 4, 5, and 6 against Boston, and his owner actually accused him of quitting in those games. Did any owner, Reinsdorf or GM Jerry Krause, ever accuse Michael Jordan of quitting? No, because he wouldn't and didn't.
So we got to stop taking accusation as fact.
Okay, well, it came to that. And then 2011, the first go-around with the Heat in the finals versus Dallas, they lost games 4, 5, and 6.
They did.
It was the all-time superstar meltdown on the biggest stage in the sport. And it just gives you pause. You sit back and say, what just happened? One of the shakiest mentally superstars we've ever seen. Very fragile psychologically. Immensely gifted, best passer in basketball, greatest driver of the basketball ever. But Jordan, killer. LeBron, shaky mentally. He's not a killer.
Killer.
And then we get to the other disqualification, free throw shooting. LeBron is a pathetic free throw shooter for his greatness. But given his greatness, given the fact that some people are actually making the case he's the GOAT, he's a 73% career free throw shooter. It's horrible by those standards. By that height that you're putting him on Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
You're putting on Mount Rushmore.
But here's the thing, Skip. Even though he's a poor free throw shooter, he doesn't do this. He doesn't have all those scoring titles. How did he score more?